Hey everybody, I want to talk about inheritance, and I see this way too often. I find it interesting when offspring believe they are entitled to their parents' wealth. Even if their parent has a dollar, they're going to fight over it. It happens in every single family. Now, in my case, I am married, I have a stepson, and I have a bonus daughter, a nice young woman who's claimed me as her secondary mother. And so I know that I already have my will, which states what I am going to designate to my daughter from another mother. But even in my family, for instance, I didn't come from a wealthy family. My grandmother and my grandparents, but they all lived in West Dallas, Wisconsin. So it was a middle class neighborhood. We're not talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're talking, just I guess a normal inheritance for middle class families. And so my grandma lived to 100. Before my grandma passed away, I talked with her because my mom's sister had always resided in my grandparents' home. She was their caretaker, which allowed my grandma and grandpa to pass away and not have to go into nursing home. So lo and behold, my grandma passes away. My uncle, who was the executor, pulled his siblings down to the basement and informed everyone that my grandma had signed over her home and all of her accounts to my aunt 5 years prior, so that when my grandma passed away, my aunt would continue to reside in the family home. Talk about a shit show. You're talking about a once close family of people. We never talked about money. Nobody ever, it just wasn't brought up. It was God, church, family, etc. And we gathered every single week for something different, whether it was a christening or a wedding or a birthday or Mother's Day. We were always together. And once my grandma passed, the shit hit the fan. So grandma passes away, and then she's buried, and my uncle pulls all of the siblings down to the basement and has them all sign off on a small life insurance policy, which was going to be split up right away. But then he informs my mom and her siblings that grandma had made that move, and holy hell, you would have thought a tsunami hit the house. And basically no one was allowed to take anything from the home because it was going to be left intact. In fact, when the coroner came to pick up my grandmother's body after she passed, I had borrowed a sweater, one of my grandma's sweaters, from the closet in the kitchen because it was chilly out and we were waiting outside. And when I got back in, it was demanded I put that sweater back in the closet, and that's all she wrote. So if you think inheritance, even if you don't have anything, that it's going to be smooth sailing, absolutely not. I just know for a fact that my husband knows what my desires are, and our will is going to designate our material possessions to go to people in our lives. And that's all there is to it. So anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about. It's always sad because it always happens. So anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about, and I will be back.